All right, hey, it's Coach Todd here from Baseball Fun and Games, and we're gonna do a game here, kind of a game demo and a series that I'm playing. This is actually the 1919 World Series. Yes, the year of the Black Sox scandal. The Black Sox scandal. It's the Chicago White Sox, 1919, and the 1919 Cincinnati Reds. I've played back then. They did best of 9. It didn't go 9 in 1919. The Reds won it in game 8. But this series that I've planned, the White Sox are trying to redeem themselves, and they've pushed it to a game 9, actually having led it 4-3, and Cincinnati had to win game 8 to force the game 9 that I'm playing. So this is game 9, the deciding game in the 1919 World Series replay between the Cincinnati Reds and the Chicago White Sox / Black Sox, trying to redeem themselves. Now, I'm playing this with Batter Up Baseball, and a lot of people are not familiar with Batter Up Baseball. It's one of several games that I play. I do like it a lot. Kurt Berglund from Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. That's for you, Kurt. He's demonstrated this before. Also, one of the things I always loved he said about it is that it's deliciously simple. And it is. It was out, just kind of as a quick setup, it was out for like 3 years in the 70s, and that's it. The Astra Baseball Company had put it out. Well, it has since being kind of revived, if you will. Steve Etzel and some other guys. I apologize if I'm not remembering other names to share, but if you're on Facebook, you can do Facebook groups. You can go look up Astra Batter Up and find the group. You can join it, and everything you need to play this game is there to play it for free, including these teams that I have. I've got some over here. I've got the 1986 Mets. I've got the 1975 Reds, 95 Braves. These have all been put out by Steve. 27 Yankees. I've got 1935 Pittsburgh Crawfords. I've got the 1961 Yankees, the 1931 Homestead Grays, and there are some full seasons. Those are some individual teams, and then of course I have the 2 1919 World Series teams. There's some full season, I think, of 77, a full season, season, and all the teams that you can download for free and print and play the game. The game is referred to, and one of the things I like about it, and you'll see it as I do it, and I'll get going here in a minute and kind of go fast at first and maybe slow down at times, but it's very simple, actually. It always starts on the pitcher card. You roll for the pitcher, and I am going to be using a digital roller today. There's 3 dice. They're all 6-sided. This one has 3 20s, 2 10s, and a blank. One of these has 5 blanks and a 1, and the other has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a blank. So you can have rolls basically from 1 to 30, and you roll and if it's on the pitcher card, like if we roll a 15, that's a or a roll of 30, it's a blank. So then it goes to the batter's card. But if I roll a 15 and it's a 30, then we'll check the chart. And in this case, with the bases empty, it's a ground out 6-3. But anyway, you'll see how that goes as the game goes. Now, all the sheets, like I said, are available at on the Facebook page. There's the charts for every situation: runner on first, second, third, first and second, all the situations. And some of these extra markings on here, by the way, are just mine to remind me to use some of the advanced features. That's one of the neat things about this game. Having been out in the 70s, it had some kind of really cool advanced features like lefty-righty splits, a little bit ahead of its time. And one here, like on Dutch Ruther, I'll show you. It's called, he's got this HRP rating of a 3 and a 4. And basically, it just means that Dutch is good at preventing some guys from hitting home runs, if you will. It's home run prevention. And I'll explain that, if it comes up. I'll do a quick one with Shane O'Collins, the leadoff hitter for the White Sox. If the roll is a 1 and that's a 4, that is not going to be a home run, because Ruther doesn't give up home runs to a lot of guys. So he's got some home run prevention there, if you will. That's going to actually end up turning into a double, but not a home run. So anyway, again, you'll see that as we get started. So game 9 of the 1919 World Series, and we'll just kind of get going. I'm scoring it on Digital Diamond, so that's what you see on the screen. Obviously, you can see the charts and the cards, and then over on the screen over there is the scoring with Digital Diamond using our board game companion. So Dutch Ruther is on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds. For the White Sox, here's the lineup. It is, let me double check something here. It's Shane O'Collins in right field, Eddie Collins at second base, Buck Weaver at third base, Shoeless Joe Jackson, who, by the way, has had a good series. We'll see that as we go. He's in left field. Happy Felsch is in center. Chick Gandil is at first base. Risberg is at shortstop. Ray Schock at catcher. And then this is the hitter batting card for the pitcher, which will be Eddie Cicotte. Eddie Cicotte will be the pitcher for the White Sox. And we'll get to that. Let's just get rolling, and we'll kind of see how it goes as it goes. All right. And it can be quite fast. So we'll see how it goes here. So base is empty. We got that. I got that chart ready to go. Here's the roll. It's a 27. There's no 27 for Ruther. So we roll again for the batter's card. It's an 11. That's a 26. And that is going to be a ground out to shortstop. I got to just make sure I'm ready to do this here and do the scoring. All right, Collins grounds out to short to start the game, 1 away, and Eddie Collins is the hitter. 16 on the pitcher's card. There is a number there, so it doesn't go to the batter's card this time. It's a 36. 36 is a pop out to shortstop. If I scored that right. Yep, I did. Okay. And with 2 outs, nobody on. Oops. I know you guys, I think, can still see the screen. Oh. I accidentally, I think, closed that camera, and I'll bring it back up here. So hopefully that will fix that. Sorry about that. And with 2 down, and nobody on, the batter is Buck Weaver. We got a 17. That is a blank on Ruther's card. So we roll it again for the hitter's card. A 21 is a 30, and that's going to be a ground out to shortstop. So 3 up, 3 down. For the White Sox in the top of the first, Shoeless Joe Jackson left on deck. And Eddie Cicotte now will be the pitcher. He'll toe the rubber. And you can see, we'll go through the lineup real quick for the Reds. You can see the field with the Digital Diamond. And the lineup for the Reds is Maury Rath at second base. Jack Daubert, first base. Heine Groh is at third base. Ed Rush, center field. Pat Duncan in left field. Larry Koff at shortstop. Greasy Neal in right field. Ivy Wingo is catching this one. And there's the batting card for the pitcher, Dutch Ruther. All right, so we go to the bottom of the first. No score. Game 9 of the 1919 World Series. A 26. Nothing on Eddie's card. Roll it again. That's a 14. That's going to be a 25. Now, a 25 on this bases empty chart is a ground out 5-3. But wait, I've highlighted in green. Just, it doesn't come that way. I did it myself just to remind me to do the righty-lefty splits check. Seacott is a right-handed pitcher. Rath is a left-handed hitter. So I generally know this, but I'll pull it up anyway. So we go to the righty-lefty split chart, and a righty, which a 25, that's what that was, a 25 on a righty versus lefty. Convert 25 or 22 to number 11 if it's on the batter's card. Oops. I have these in sleeves, and so they're kind of slick. So converting it from a 20, because of the lefty-righty split, that is going to be a base hit. So Rath is on. He's a decent base stealer. We look at his ratings. He's got a speed of 3 and a steal of 2, which is not bad. Now, Eddie Seacott is a -1, and then the catcher, Schock, is also a -1. So that would make him a 0, and we'll go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and try the steal, and we'll go to the steal of second chart right here. Now, again, like Kurt says, deliciously simple. Not a lot of, I'm deciding to go. He's a +2, but with the catcher's arm and the pitcher's hold, he's a 0. So we're going to be looking down this chart right here, and we do the roll. It's a 6, and a 6 for a 0 is safe. So that's going to be a stolen base for Maury Rath. So Maury gets a single, steals second, and with nobody out, action happening for the Reds, and at the bottom of the first. So now we go to the runner on second chart with the runner at second base. Seacott, 22. 22 has a number. It's a 30 on this chart. Is going to be a ground out 6-3, and the runner holds. So I do my scoring, G6-3. And Daubert grounds out. Rath holds at second base, and the batter will be Heine Groh. 15. That has a number for Eddie also. That is a 30. That is another ground out to shortstop. And the runner holds. So 2 down. And it is up to Ed Rush. Still the runner at second. And 18. That has a number for Seacott also. So again, it doesn't go to the hitter's card unless it's a blank. So Eddie getting some favorable rolls here. And guess what? He gets 3 back-to-back ground outs to shortstop after the leadoff single and the stolen base. And nothing doing in the first for the Reds. So we go to the second inning. Dutch Ruther will face Shoeless Joe Jackson. Sure, I kind of see if I can adjust this to make sure they're a little bit better in the screen there. All right, and I just get my bases empty chart ready. It's a 3. That is a blank for Ruther. So we roll it again. A 14 for Shoeless Joe. Now this is a lefty-lefty, so there's not going to be a lefty-righty split action there. So that 18 18 is a 35, and that's going to be a line out to third base. So you see how simple this is, and it can play very fast. But again, it's got some really interesting twists. It's got some really cool advanced features to it. And I just like it. I like it a lot. One of the things I like about it is that it always starts with a pitcher card. That's one of the things I like about the games. Now, all the games I play, are they like that? No, of course. No, I play season ticket. I play payoff pitch, which starts with a pitcher also. I play some Stratomatic also, and some baseball classics, which I'll look forward to doing a video on baseball classics before too long. All right, one out, nobody on. 12. That's a 36 on Ruther's card. 36, that's going to be a pop up to shortstop. We're out number 2. And the hitter will be Chick Gandil. We got a 22. That's a blank. So now it goes to the hitter's card. A 16 is going to be a 34. And that he hits it on the nose, but right at the second baseman, Raff. So we got an L4 right there. And that will retire the sign. So Ruther looking quite sharp here early for the Cincinnati Reds here in Game 9 of this 1919 World Series replay, where the Black Sox are looking to redeem themselves. Ruther, through 2 innings, has not allowed a hit. All right, Eddie Seacott will face Pat Duncan here. 24. That's a blank. Goes to the hitter's card. A 6. That's usually pretty good. Let's see, a 9. That is a triple to center for Pat Duncan. So Duncan with a leadoff triple. And that will bring up Larry Koff. So the Reds threatening here in the bottom of the second. So what I do is then I get my runner on third chart ready. And yes, I am managing for both teams, so I don't have a horse, in the race, so to speak. If that's, I don't even think that's the right phrase, is it? Anyway, I don't have a dog in the hunt. There we go. I think that's it. Anyway, I'm just being silly. All right, so runner on third. So I'm going to look at things. Let's see. Koff is a really good. He's a good bunter. He's a bunting G. So we could look at squeezing one. I'm going to let him swing away first, and if he makes an out, then maybe they'll try to squeeze with Greasy Neal. Neal's all these guys back in this age were all good bunters. All right, Eddie Seacott, runner on third, nobody out. It's an 18. Oh, he's got a 30. He's got a number on that one. And I didn't call this ahead of time. I did run it through my mind, so we are going to play it that way with the infield in. It does have that on this 30 roll. If the infield was back, it would be a ground out 6-3 runner safe, or runner scores rather. With the infield in, it's a ground out to short and the runner holds. So he hits the ball hard on the ground, but right at Richburg, who's in, and Duncan is forced to hold at third base. So 1 out. And with the runner at third, we're going to try a squeeze play. So we look at the speed of the runner at third base. He's a 2. And let's get the chart up for the squeeze. All right, squeeze play chart right here. Oh, we don't factor in the speed of the runner on the squeeze. He's just going on a good bunt. So we got a bunter G, and then we have our number for the roll here. So we'll roll it, see what happens here. A 15 under G is an 83, and then so you go over here on the chart. Bunt attempt fails, runner out. 1-2. So it's actually a fielder's choice. Greasy Neal hits one on the ground back to the pitcher. Duncan is out at the plate, and Neal is on at first base. So he doesn't get it done. Get the out at home, and they scored. It stays scoreless here in the bottom of the second. So I'll just go ahead and get my runner on first chart ready, because Greasy Neal is over there. Now, Greasy is really fast. So we're going to go ahead and try to he's a steal 5. Seacott is a -1. Again, Shock is a -2 or a -1 also. So that's steal. So the steal second chart right here, he's going to be a +3. We'll go ahead and roll that. It's a 1. That's probably going to be really good, actually. A 1 +3 is an SE, and that is runner steals second and continues to third on a throwing error by the catcher. So, all right, I'm stepping away over here for just a second. So Neal takes off. The throw from Shaw gets into center, and Neal stands up, heads to third base, and ends up there. So we'll score that stolen base. And then an E2. And Neal ends up at third base after that. There he goes. He's safe. Ends up at third base, and there's 2 outs with the runner at third. So can they still make something happen here? So I'll get my runner on third chart ready. Here's the roll on Seacott's card. It's a 30. 30 is nothing. To the batter's card, a 26 is a 24. And with the infield back with 2 outs, that is going to be a ground out to second base. So Wingo, oh, you know what? I hadn't flipped the card yet. So that 26 is a 28 for Wingo. It's still going to be an out, but it's a fly out to center. So he flies out to Phelps in center field, and we go to the third inning with no score in this 1919 World Series replay. So you see how the game plays. It's fast, especially when you're not doing a recording and explaining stuff. When you're playing it by yourself, it can go really, really fast. Wingo made the last out, so Ruther will lead off, but Ruther comes back out to the mound, and Swede Risberg will be the hitter. If you look on the digital diamond screen, you can see some numbers for Risberg. You can see his real life numbers, where he played 119 games. He had 256 in the series, which is the third one down, which is PS, his playoff series. He's played all 9 games. He's hit 357. So he obviously isn't getting paid to throw the game. And he's played very well. All right, here's Ruther. Base is empty. 26, blank. Risberg's card. 22 is a 25. Do we have a righty-lefty split thing again here? And this time it's a lefty-righty instead of a righty-lefty. So I'll just double-check that, because it is a 25. But on the lefty-righty, it's converting 22 and 23 to 12, which is a single. Not in this case. So that is going to be a ground out to third base. So is the righty-lefty split, is it, super, in detail and complicated? No, it's not, but it's in there, and it's really cool that they had that built into this game back in the mid-70s. All right, 1 out, and the hitter is Ray Schock. 13. 13 is a 19. I instinctively know that is a walk. So the first walk of the game, just because I've played it a while. So Ray Schock works a walk, and with 1 out, the batter is Eddie Seacott. Now, Eddie Seacott is a hitting card too. On his card, we can also see that he is a B bunter, which in this case is not good. If we look at the bunting chart, just as an example, I'll show you. Let me flip over to that. We've got good, mediocre, and not so good. And Eddie in this case is, you know what? I take that back. My bad. I misread that. I looked at the wrong spot. When you're looking at these cards, it shows they're hitting, they're bunting, and then I'm drawing a blank real quick on that one after that, but it's a G. So he is a good bunter, actually. So with 1 out, Eddie's going to go ahead and try to sacrifice over to second base. So I just grabbed the sacrifice chart. This one in this case does take an effect, count the runner's speed. Schock is a 3. So Schock's, so we go for a G3, we make the roll. It's a 27. A 27, a G3 is going to be a 54. And on that is a batter out 3-4, runner advances 1 base. So he does get the job done on the sacrifice. I apologize if I just knocked the camera out again. I'll get it back pulled up here in just a second. So we'll score the sacrifice bunt for Seacott. Schock will end up at second base with 2 outs. And in case the camera is not there, let me pull it back up again. Apologize. Hopefully we're getting all this, especially since I am recording this. And with 2 outs, top of the 3rd, runner at second base. Here's Ruther. It's a 4. 4 is a 19, and that again is going to be a walk. So Shane O'Collins works the walk. Now there's 2 runners with 2 outs, and the hitter is Eddie Collins, who hit .319 with 19 doubles, 7 triples, 4 home runs in 1919. So let's see what Eddie can get done here with 2 outs and 2 on. 15. That is a number on Ruther's card. That is a 30. We look at the first and second. 30 is a ground out. It would be a double play if there weren't 2 outs. Otherwise, it's just going to be a fielder's choice ground ball. Oops, did I do that? I didn't. I'm afraid I knocked out the camera again. Ground ball 6-4 with a force at second base, and that will end the top of the 3rd. All right, bottom of the 3rd. These 2 got back on the mound. No score here in this 1919 World Series Game 5. Game 9. My bad. Here's Seacott. A 10. He doesn't have anything for 10. It's blank. To the hitter's card. A 23 is a 25. And that's a potential righty-lefty split. Again. And the hitter is Ruther. And Ruther bats left-handed. So right, left. And that is going to convert into a base hit for Ruther. Ruther bats left-handed. If he was right-handed, that would have been a normal ground out, but instead it's a base hit for Ruther. And Ruther starts off with a hit for the Reds here in the bottom of the 3rd. So I get my runner on first chart. Go ahead and have it ready. Here's Seacott. 23. It's blank. To the hitter's card. Maury Rath. A 21 is a 32. And he fouls out to the catcher. So he pops one up back behind the home plate. Oops. I didn't score it correctly, so I got to do it again. That would be a P2, we'll call it. And one away. Runner at first is Ruther, the pitcher. Here's Nick Dauber. That's a 12. I instinctively know that's going to be a hit. Ground to center, runner advances to second with an asterisk, which means he can stretch it to third base, but Ruther's going to pull up into second. Not being a really fast runner, so we got a base hit for Daubert. Ruther pulls up into second base, and with one out, the Reds are in business. So I always, we'll flip over to the chart. Now I usually have, like I said, I have this in a 3-ring binder, and I just flip back and forth really, really fast. I pulled them out loose, so it'd be easier for me to show them and keep them on camera. So here's first and second, one out. Seacott, it's an 8. He's got a number, but that's a 12, and I know that's a hit. That is a single to center, runner on first to second, runner on second to third. Again with the asterisk. Let me score the single there, and the bases are loaded. Throw with the hit, and the bases are loaded for the number 4 hitter in the lineup, Ed Rush. Hit 321 with 19 doubles, 12 triples, and 4 home runs. So I'll pull up my bases loaded chart. One out. Rush the hitter. He's a good bunter also, but we're going to have him swing away. Here's the pitch. It's a 14. That's blank on Seacott's card. To Rush's card. A 24 is a 37. And that is a long fly out to left field. Runner on third scores. So it's going to be a sac fly. And a 1-0 lead for the Cincinnati Reds. Ruther, who led it off with the single, ends up coming around to score. Sac fly for Rush, 2 outs, 1-0 Reds. And now the runners are at first and second, so I will flip back over there. Here's Seacott, a 25. He's got a number there. It's a 36. I know that's going to be an out. It's a pop out just from having played it a bunch. So again, playing it by myself, I'd be going through this even faster. So there's a pop up to short. That will end the inning. And the Reds lead it after 3, 1-0. Ruther out for his 4th inning of work. He'll face Buck Weaver. Weaver in this series has hit 250. He hit 296 during the year, so maybe he's taking some under the table. I don't know. All right, here we go. A 24. That's blank on Ruther to Weaver's card. A 20. 24. That's going to be a ground out to second. So a G4-3. Weaver grounds out. Rath over to Daubert. 1 away, and here's Shoeless Joe. 27, that's blank on Ruther's. A 25 is a 12, and there's going to be a base hit for Shoeless. Shoeless Joe, 1, now 1 for 2 in the game. He's at first base, and the hitter is Happy Fells. Now, Shoeless was really fast as a runner. He's rated a 4, but he's only rated a 1 in stolen bases. Now, Ruther, his hold is 0. And Ivy Wingo, let me double check. I believe his arm was a -1. No, a -2, actually. So Wingo's pretty good. So he'd actually be a -1 there. So he's going to hold. The batter will be Happy Felsch with Jackson at first base. 17, blank. 16, a 38. And that is a line out to center with the runner holding. So an L8. And with 2 outs, Shoeless Joe at first, it's Chick Gandil. He's hit 226 in this series, and he hit 290 during the season. So draw your own conclusions. Here's Ruther, a 5. That is a blank for him. Over to Gandil's card, a 14. A lot of times that's good. There it is. There's a 2 out. Let's see. That's a single. Now it says runner to second with the asterisk. Now he's a 5. And with 2 outs, he gets an extra, or rather a 4. He gets an extra. So that makes him a 5. The center fielder is Russ. Let's see if he has what his arm is. Rush is a -1, so it will be a 4. He's going to go ahead and try and motor around to third base. So I have these in a 3-ring binder. So when I'm playing myself, I just flip through very, very quickly. Here's the stretch chart. We do the roll. It's a 16. He's a 4. And that's going to be safe. So on the single by Gandil, Shoeless Joe motors around to third. And with runners on the corners and 2 outs, it's going to be up to Risberg. So we got first and third here. On the first and third chart. A 29, that's a blank. 17, 33, and he pops him up. In the infield, Ruther, the pitcher calling for it, he takes it, and that will retire the side. We're through 4. 1-0 Reds. Did I say Red Sox earlier? I might have. Maybe not. I'm sure their socks were red, so give me a break. All right, Eddie Cicotte. He's pitched pretty well. He has given up 5 hits, and they have the 1 run. So on the bottom of the 4th, it's Larry Koff leading it off. 28-0. A 16, which is a 28, and that is going to be a fly out to center. So Koff flies out to center, and the hitter will be Greasy Neal. Cicotte. 16, that's a blank for him to Neal's card. A 21 is a 32, and that's a foul out to the catcher. There's another pop-up behind the plate. We'll foul out 2. And 2 outs. And the hitter's Ivy Wingo. Cicotte, 7. He's got a number there. It's a 37. And that is going to be a line out to left field. So a quick inning for Cicotte there. L7. And we go to the 5th. There's a quick inning. I'll kind of start going a little bit faster. So you kind of see how the game plays. Ray Shock is the hitter. Ruther the pitcher. 24, blank. A 28 is a 30. And that's a ground out to shortstop. So both pitchers, and these guys were really good, are pitching well in this game 9. Cicotte will be the hitter. Ruther. 15. He's got a number there. That's a 30. That's a ground out to shortstop. So he gets the first two grounding out to short. And with two down, back to the top of the order, Shane O'Collins. Collins has hit 333 in this series when he hit 279 on the season. Here's Ruther. 8. He's got a number there. It's a 15. That is a squib infield single to shortstop. So we'll just score it a 1 G6 soft. So an infield single for Collins. He's on at first. He's a steal 0. We'll go remember the -2. So we're going to leave it to Eddie Collins right here. I haven't done any hit and runs. Of course, there hasn't been a whole lot of base runners, but I will hit and run a lot with this game. All right, runner on first. Ruther. 16. He's got a number, 36. That's going to be a line out to shortstop. So Collins hits it on the screws, so to speak, but right at Koff at shortstop. And that is of the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 1-0 Reds in this Game 9 of the 1919 World Series. Seacott will face Ruther, who got a hit his first time up. A 12 is a 34 on Seacott's card. That's going to be a pop out. This time he gets Ruther to pop out to second. So we got a P4 and 1 away. Maury Raft, the hitter. 24, that's a blank on Seacott's card. A 25 is a 24 for Rath. And, oops, flip back over here. Base is empty. That's a ground out to shortstop. So a G6-3. 2 up, 2 down quickly for Seacott. And here's Jake Daubert. 6. That's a blank. A 23 is a 35, which is a line out to third. So he again hits it hard, but right at Weaver at third base. And we are through 5. Ruther back out for his 6th inning of work. 1-0. He's only given up 3 hits in the game. 16. He's got a number there. It's a 36, and it's going to be a pop out to shortstop. 1 away as Weaver pops out to Koff at short. Here's Shoeless Joe. Shoeless Joe is 1 for 2 on the day. A 12. That's a 36 on Ruther's card. 36 is a pop out to shortstop. So he is looking really strong. And with 2 down, it's Happy Felsch. A 23, he's got a number on that one. 23 is a 30, which is a ground out to shortstop. So Ruther is just mowing him down now. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Seacott will face Heine Groh. It's a 5. That's a blank for him. Goes to Groh's card. A 15. 34 is a line out to second. And the hitter will be Ed Rush. Has the only RBI in the game, a sac fly back in the 3rd. 14, that's a blank on Seacott's card. Here goes to Rush's card, a 28, which is 32, and that pops up behind home plate, another pop-up foul out to the catcher. And with 2 outs, the batter will be Pat Duncan. Both pitchers looking strong here. A 24, that's a blank. 11 is a 10. Now we've got a potential split roll here. This is going to be, it's a single, but if it's a righty-righty matchup, which it is, righty-righty, and the batter hits under 300, which he hits 344, that is going to change to a, let me just double check, 10, right, converts to it. So he hits the ball in the air to center field, a can of corn for Happy Felsh out there, and that's going to be a fly out to center field. So there you see the righty-lefty split factor in again. Go to the 7th, 1-0 Reds. Kendall the hitter. Roller back. 24, that's a blank on Ruther's card. A 23 is a 38, and that's going to be a fly out to center. Ruther has faced 24 batters, 6 1/3 innings, 2 walks, 3 hits. He is looking strong. That 1 run may be enough for him. 1 out, and the batter is Swede Risberg. A 14, that's a blank on Ruther's card to Risberg's card. A 3, that ball is hit in the air down the right field line. That is not going to be caught. It rattles around, and he runs around all the way to third base. A huge hit in this situation for Risberg, a 1-out triple. And the batter is Ray Schock. With Seacott on deck. Well, you might think, well, walk him and pitch to Seacott, make him make a pitching change if they're going to do that. Possibly. But you also have to think, well, if I put him on, they'll put in a good pinch hitter. And if he's not on the take, Nemo Leibold's had a great series and he hit 302 on the season. So he's sitting over there. So they're going to pitch to Schock, but Schock is going to try to safety squeeze this. That's my call with 1 out. So I flip over to my squeeze play chart. He is a G bunter. Here it is. The infield is in. So we're calling infield in. That does make a difference. A 26. So look down here to 26. Under the G is an 81. And he fouled it. So in this case, it counts as a strike 1. So we'll roll it again. A 7. A 7. G is a 78. Sacrifice, batter out 1-3, runner scores. Ray Schock gets the job done, and we have a tie ball game. Both on sacrifices. One a sac fly. SQZB is actually a squeeze play. The run scores, and we are tied at 1. Great job by Schock. 2 out, and the batter is Seacott. So I'll just flip my stuff back here to the bases empty chart and have it ready. And here we go with Dutch Ruther. He's not happy. Gave up that run. 24. That's a blank. Goes to the hitter card. A 14 is a 26. And that's going to be a ball hit on the ground by Sheepcock to shortstop. Scooped up by Koff. Over to Daubert. And that will end the inning, but we are tied. And there's your 7th inning stretch music. Game 9 of the 1919 World Series. It's coming down to the wire, 1-1. Bottom of the 7th, Seacott to face Larry Koff. 22. He does have a number there. That's a 30. That's a ground out to shortstop. So 1 down, and the hitter is Greasy Neal. 25. He's got a number there. Seacott looking good at 36. That's going to be a pop out to short. Oops, I made a mistake there on my scoring. Got to do it again. P6. There we go. And with 2 outs, it's Ivy Wingo. A 28. That's a blank for Seacott. A 24. That's a 28. That's going to be a fly out to center field. So Seacott answers nicely after his team tied the game at 1, and we're going to the 8th. So I'll take a little bit of time here real quick. Dutch Ruth is a starting pitcher. If I can make this show up all right. He's an SP9, so he does not, unless he's given up 3 runs, which he hasn't, he is not going to be eligible to be tired until the 9th inning, so he's still good. Unless they were to put up 4 run-ins in this inning and, you know, those sort of caveats. But he has the opportunity to start becoming tired in the 9th inning, and he would be tired automatically if he had given it, once he reached the 9th, if he had given up 3 runs, which he has not. So here we go. It is the top of the 8th. Ruther against Shane Collins, the top of the order for the White Sox. It's crunch time. Let's see how these guys perform. 19. That does have a number. It's a 22. That's a potential split roll. But we got and we do have a lefty-righty matchup. And that is, I believe, going to turn into a hit. So a 19, which is a 22. Or rather, my bad. Let me go back. Oh, yeah. 19 is a 22 off the pitcher card. So that could make a difference. So we flip back. I always double check these because even though I've been playing it for a while, I just want to make sure I have it right. So we've got a lefty righty, and the left right is convert an action 22 or 23 to 12, which is going to be a hit for all right-handed hitters who hit under 300. All of that applies, but it says applies to batter's card only. So the result of 22 had to have been on Shane Collins' card for this lefty-righty split to factor in, and it was off the pitcher card. So that is going to be a ground out G3-1. Now, you guys that might be watching this afterwards that play batter up, if I did that wrong, feel free to comment and let me know, but I'm 99% certain I did that right. So 1 out, big first out there for Ruther. And here's Eddie Collins. A 24, that's a blank. 17 is a 27, and a 27 is going to be a fly out to left field. So just a quick side note. If you've noticed, I do not believe there's been any strikeouts at all. And you might think, well, that's kind of unusual. But actually, if you look back at this 1919 World Series, now there wasn't a game 9, but what I'm basing the lineups off of was I went back to game 1. And if you look at these 2 pitchers in the game, Seacott had 1 strikeout in the entire game, he pitched. Well, he only pitched through 6, so still, but he only 1 strikeout there. And then let me find Seacott had 1 strikeout, and where's Ruther? I apologize. Oh, there he is. Oh, it's because it's my, yeah, he pitched 9 full innings, gave up 6 hits, and only struck out 1. So there wasn't a lot of strikeouts in this series, or in this game or the series. There just weren't. And so if you're thinking, well, there's not very many strikeouts, or there's not any at all at this point, that fits right in with how this played between these two teams and in this era. All right, so 2 outs, nobody on, and the batter is Buck Weaver. Now watch, we'll get a strikeout. A 26, nope, blank. A 15, 6, that's going to be something good. That is going to be a double to right center for Weaver. So a 2-out double for Weaver, and he gets himself as the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. And again, if I knocked out the camera, I don't know. Well, I'll see when I watch the replay myself. I've got it back up for you. So Weaver with a 2-out double in scoring position, and here's the hitter, Shoeless Joe. Big situation in the game right here. Runner at second base and 2 outs. Here's Ruther, a 25, nothing there for him. To Shoeless card, a 13 is a 29. Oh, I know that's probably not going to be good. Yeah, it's going to be a fly out to right field. Now, if there was a runner at third, there was not, that's got an asterisk, so it could have been a potential sac fly, but the runner was at second. So an F9 fly out with the go-ahead run on. Go to the bottom of the 8th. If the Reds could put up a run right here, they could win the World Series here in the 9th inning. The batter will be the pitcher, Dutch Ruther, who does have a hit in this game. He's 1 for 2. Here we go. A 5. Seacott does not have a number for 5, so it goes to the hitter card. The pitcher, it's a 29, and there's your strikeout. There's one right there. That's probably who struck out in the game, actually, anyway, was one of the pitchers. So, oops, I messed up on my scoring. Let me do that again. K. And Seacott gets the strikeout. Seacott also a starting pitcher 9. So he's good at this point also. So there's 1 strikeout in the game. And here's Maury Rath. 27, nothing on Seacott's card. Here's the pitch. It's a 24, and that is a ground out to second base. So the pitchers have just been absolutely brilliant in this game. This may go extras. Jake Daubert, 2 outs, nobody on. A 13, nothing on Seacott's card. Daubert, a 28, and that's going to be a 26, which on the chart is a ground out to shortstop. So again, back to your friend and mine, although I don't know Kurt Berglund. Deliciously simple is this game. Deliciously simple. So there's a ground out shortstop. The Reds not able to take the lead in the 8th, and we go to the 9th, tied at 1. Ruther comes back out as he did hit that inning. He is subject to being tired. And let's double check that rule. So I just flip over to my rules page. The rules are not very long and extensive. There's 1, 2, 3 pages basically that explain all this. And it's really, really cool. I really like this game. I like the simplicity of it. I like, but also I like some of the complexities of the game that are mixed in, like home run prevention and the lefty-righty splits going back to the mid-70s, that they were kind of ahead of their time. So it says if a pitcher, when he reaches his inning, if he's given up 3 runs, he hasn't. So now he has to give up a combination of walks or hits totaling 4 in this inning or inning hereafter to be tired. So he's still in pretty good shape right now. Here's Ruther to face Happy Felsch. 8. He's got a number there. It's a 15. And that is going to be an infield single. That's that one that came up earlier. This time for Felsch. G6, we'll say 5, why not? Infield single for Felsch. He's a decent base stealer as a 3. Ruther's a 0. And Wingo is a -2. So as the go-ahead run, we're going to have him try to steal. Why not? Let's have some fun. So steal of second chart right here. Again, him being a 3, Wingo being a -2, Ruther a 0. It's a +1 on the charts. We're going to be looking down this column right here. And then we do our roll. It's a 16. 16 on a +2 is safe. So an infield single for, I did it again. I apologize if that's going off, but I am getting it back up pretty quickly. So we'll score that. Stolen base. Happy Felsch representing the go-ahead run for the White Sox. Here in the top of the 9th. And the hitter is Chick Gandil. Runner at second, top of the 9th. Ruther. A 26. That's enough. Nothing on his card. Goes to Gandil's card. An 18 is a 13 with a runner on second. We may have something here. That is a loop single to left. Runner advances to third with an asterisk. He can score. He's a speed 4, so he's going. This is going to be fun. This is interesting right here. So what we do is, again, just double checking that the roll was 18, a 13. So it's a loop single to left. Runner advances to third. So we go to the stretch chart. The left fielder is Duncan. So we'll check Duncan's card for his arm. He is a 0. So it's going to be a 4. They're sending him. They're waving him around on the stretch chart. Here's the roll. Ooh, a 25. That could be trouble. And it isn't. He scores. Now, this also charts whether the runner moves up behind him, if there's a throwing error, various things. So you don't really check for that. It's built into the chart. So the hitter does not advance, but the runner does score. So we'll score that. We got a single, star. That's how you score it on here. Using Digital Diamond with their board game companion. And look at that. The White Sox are now 3 outs away from winning the World Series. Runner is at first, is Gandil. He's a 2. All right, I haven't done a hit and run all game. So we're going to do it. So all I do is go to the hit and run chart. And when you pull up the hit and run chart, here it is. You just roll it basically like you do, but you refer to the on base chart, just the hit and run chart. So Risberg at first. We'll check Ruther's card. 19. He does have the number there. It's a 22 on the hit and run. And that is a line out line out double play. Wow. So I finally do a hit and run. And it is going to be, let's score this here. And let's see. L13 DP. And let's see if that scores that right there. Hit. Yep, double play. Wow. So they go from 1 run in, 1 run on, nobody out with the lead. They try hit and run, and he smokes it at the pitcher, who snags it, throws over to first, and doubles off the runner at first base. Awesome stuff right there. Awesome stuff. I love it. Okay, base is empty now. A 26, nothing on Ruther's card. A 14 is a 25. That's a potential righty-lefty split situation. It's a left-right instead of a right-left, so that is going to end up being a ground out to third base. So we'll score that, G53. And we go to the bottom of the ninth, 3 outs away for the redemption of the Chicago Black Sox, White Sox, with their 2-1 lead in Game 9. Eddie Cicotte will face Heine Groh, Ed Rush, and Pat Duncan, 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. Good stuff, man. Don't you like this? I do. All right, here we go. 21. That's a blank on Cicotte's card, so it goes to Groh. Let's see what we got here. An 18. Uh-oh. We got a base hit. So Groh is on with a base hit. He's a steal 2. -1 and -1 for Schalk, and Cicotte makes him a 0. And the hitter is Ed Rush. And boy, here's a situation. Now what I do, I got to put my mind as a manager for the Reds. We just tried a double play or a hit and run, and it turned into a double play. But we're going to play the odds that that's not going to happen again. And they're going to try, they want to try to stay out of a double play right here. On the ground double play, that is. And we're going to go ahead and do a hit and run here. The Reds can walk this off for the World Series. Here's Cicotte, a 24. He doesn't have a number there, so it goes to Rush. Here's the pitch. A 16 is a 24, and that's going to be on the hit and run chart, a ground out 4-3 in the hole, and the runner does advance. So a G4-3, it's a professional out, as we call it. Rush moves the tying run up to second base. 1 out. The White Sox 2 outs away from the World Series. Runner at second, 2 out, or 1 out rather. Whew, I'm getting nervous here myself. Cicotte facing Pat Duncan. A 25. He's got a number there. It's a 36. Not a double play. It's a pop-up to shortstop. Risberg is under it, calling for it. He makes the catch. And the White Sox are 1 out away from winning. Game 9. Tying run at second base, and Heine Groh, and the hitter is Larry Koff. Hit 270 that season. He's hit 176. Let's see who we have as a pinch hitter over here for the Reds. Raritan hit 216, 224, 215. Manuel Cueto hit 250. And those are the best pinch hitters that the Reds had there. Wow. They're going to stick with Koff. He's got the higher average. So here we go, 2 outs. Can the White Sox pull it off? Here's the roll on Cicotte's card. It's a 26. That misses the number. We had a 25, which would have been an out. So it goes to Koff's card. Here's the pitch. A 15 is a 12. I know that's a hit. That's a hit. What do we got here? Single to center. Runner advances to third and can score. Let's see. That runner is Heine Groh. Groh is a 2, but with 2 outs, he gets an extra, so he's a 3. Happy Felsch in center is a 0, I think. He is. So we flip to the stretch chart. It's coming down to this roll right here. Can they throw him out at the plate for a at the plate walk-off win? We got a 3. We're looking to be looking down this column right here. Mostly higher rolls are going to be safe. Here's the roll. It's a 21. 21 as a 3 is an S plus, which means the runner is safe, and Koff advances to second on the throw. Wow, they were that close, and Eddie Seacott grooves one. So let's see. I gotta try and figure out and make sure I score this right. 0, 1. I think that should end up scoring it correctly. Let's just take a look on the screen. Groh comes around, ties it at 2. Koff moves up to second, and now he is the walk-off winning run, and Greasy Neal can be the hero. Eddie is still not tired. One more, and he would be. And we'll pull up the runner on second chart. Boy, kind of pulling for the White Sox to win it there, but I like a good walk-off. So let's see what happens here with Greasy Neal. Seacott. Runner at second. A 24. That's a blank. Goes to Greasy Neal's card. Oh, it's a 2. That is going to be big-time trouble. Let's see. A 2 with a runner at second is a 7. That is a double to left center, and the Reds walk it off. Greasy Neal with the walk-off at the bottom of the ninth, when the White Sox were 1 out away from winning the World Series. And there you go, a 3-2 final score. Cincinnati wins the series 5-4 in a great Game 7 that obviously you saw it could have gone either way in the ninth. 1 out for the White Sox, they win it. But a single by Koff, an RBI single. He moves up to second on the throw. That was a mistake to let him advance. And then the double by Neal. If the runner would have been at first on that double, it would have been runner to third with an asterisk, which means he would have had a chance to score. Let's just, for fun, take a quick look. Koff is a 2. He gets to be a 3. And let's see if he would have scored from first if he hadn't moved up to second. On the stretch chart, a 23, yes, he would have. So there you have it. That's batter up baseball. I really like it. It's a fun game. Again, it plays even faster, really, when you're playing it by yourself. Doing a lot of play-by-play and such. All the charts are here. Everything that you need to play this game is free. It is a free game. The teams are free. Yes, there's not a lot of them, but if you like the 1977 season, that one's out there. The 77 season is there, and all the teams, you can print off all the teams, play them. If you're on Facebook, just look up Astra Batter Up, and you can go to the join the group, go to the file section, download all the charts, print them out. Very simplistic, but very cool. Some very neat functions of complexity, considering that this game and the rules were developed and written back in the 70s. All right, Coach Todd, baseball fun and games. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And until next time, if you have any more questions about Batter Up Baseball, feel free to make comments. Take care. I hit the wrong thing in order to end it. See